Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks and Titan, and we're on Overlord with the M46 Patton, the other one of the American medium tank that I still have to finish out the grind and to get to the M48 Patton. Good bit of the way there, but not quite finished yet. The other tank in the remaining is supposed to be the T-10 and of course the American artillery. There's also British artillery, but they're sort of a lower level, so I've ignored it for the moment. I will probably focus on that when I switch over and start working on the AT-25 line. However, I'm coming up here and I realise very quickly I'm on my own. There's nobody else. Well, there isn't quite true. There is a heavy tank coming up in support as well, but he's a good bit behind, and the two of us won't hold this corner together if there's a large number of enemy tanks. The bulk of our team seems to be heading for the beach, although there's quite a few tanks going up there along the 5 line or the lower ground again, maybe 3-4 line. I'm not sure where exactly the ultimate target is. The 2 tank destroyers back at the base aren't much use to anybody in their current locations because their lines of sight, even to my location, I think is blocked, which is where this MX-13-105 is able to run rings around me without interference, at least until the Allied light tank comes to my assistance. Now the Allied light tank follows them into enemy territory, so to speak, and pays a fairly heavy price for that, although the MX-30 gives me a nice side shot there to do him some damage. There are 5 enemy tanks in the locality, and effectively there's only 3 of us defending at the moment. If all 5 of them came around together in one fell swoop, they would have utterly annihilated us at this stage, and then the 2 tank destroyers would be easy prey. I was focusing there on damaging the MX-30 and trying to help the T-10, that I didn't spot the MX-13-105 coming around for another go. The only real luck that I had is that he didn't actually reload in his previous interval. If he had reloaded and come at me with a full clips this time around, I think he would have taken me out. He did enough damage as it turns out, and with a reduced turret rotation I would have been really screwed if he had a full clip, but he didn't. I think that has emptied his clip, and I'm moving back because I can't give close support at the corner, and so I'm hoping that the T-10 stays back in the field that he's in, and I can get shots at his enemies as they're cresting the ridge to attack him. Now the 2 tank destroyers have relocated somewhat, and they may be in a somewhat better position, but I don't know how good the position they're in is, particularly for supporting the T-10. I don't know how much, but I think they're in fairly low ground, so I don't know if they can get shots across the earth mound, the earthworks around the edges of the fields. Fortunately, well, the 2 light tanks didn't just stay circling. They're kind of coming and going, and I think that's given the T-10 a chance to reorientate, and the Conqueror's come in to challenge the T-10 directly, but he's now presenting his flank to me, and he's also taking hits from further back from either the 2nd tank destroyer or artillery or something. Managed to get a shot in there, and there's only 2 tanks left now facing off against the 2 of us. Although both of us are in bad shape now, I'm not in immediate danger, and I'm kind of doing it partly because I can give supporting fire from this distance, but also if the T-10 gets overrun, I should be able to get a couple of shots off of them as they cross over into the open ground around here, and if they come after me directly, then they're between the crossfire from the tank destroyers to the rear. Now we've won the beach and won it comfortably, but it won't actually make any difference on this side of the fight. Actually, we haven't completely won the beach. I thought we'd done a bit better there, but there's still a heavy tank on the low ground. But even though they win the beach comfortably enough, and it's the overwhelming majority of our tanks, they never actually get involved in the fight on this side of the map because they're just too slow in development, and they're coming up on a low ground as well, which doesn't help. Managed to get another tank kill in there. The 1390 did itself no favour by crashing into the front of the T-10. Allowed him to stand still long enough for me to get a decent shot in. And it's now just the 2 heavy tanks remaining. Now I'm closing in here. There's one of them pushing forward into the opening, and there's another one, well, further back, and I think one of the tank destroyers is starting to push out as well. So the situation is developing in our favour. Now there's only one Conqueror left. I was hoping to track him there with that shot, but it was not to be, and I think he's managed to take out the T-10, so I'm going to push along to get around his back while he's facing off with the tank destroyer from in front of him. I know that he's fired, so I can get safety around him, finish him off, and that's the last of the enemy tanks taken out of the fight. So we gained a victory. Most of our tanks that were on the beach are still on the low ground. They haven't actually risen up into the high ground, which I think reinforces my position about how ineffective the beach is in terms of determining the whole battle. It can happen sometimes. The battle on the highland can just reach a mutual stalemate of annihilation. In this case, the beach decides it, but most of the time, as far as I can make out, the beach doesn't actually decide the outcome of the fight in this game. So we come number 1 by experience, and we also got a 2nd class mastery and 4 kills out of this. So, you know, reasonable enough result. We're fortunate, alright, that the enemy didn't come at us all at once, but there was very few of us holding that section of the line. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and a share. If you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.